Now that you've completed your own iceberg chart and managed to identify where an interference comes from in terms of your upbringing, you have the tool that you need to change those behaviors. What's important is to understand and decode that behavior. So let's use an example of one of the most common interferences in the academic world: procrastination, delaying work until the last minute. You know what I'm talking about. Now, decoding this and therefore changing it starts with be able to observe the behavior as we do it. Now, once I know that I'm doing it, I can pause instead of just acting out. And I can notice what I'm feeling in this situation. In other words, what lies just below the waterline of this iceberg. Now, if I'm feeling anxiety and fear about the task that I'm putting off, perhaps it's connected to an old belief that I might have. An old belief that says, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, it's too hard. And that belief, in turn, may be connected to an unmet need for support and encouragement when I was growing up. Now, as an adult, maybe I can replace this harmful thought with a new belief. How about, I can do this? Or, although it's difficult, I know I can succeed. And that's the key to mastering this interference. Observe my behavior, pause, and then choose a different response. This is what growth looks like. It's not easy, and it takes work, but it's within your power to do it. So here are 5 tips to apply the iceberg in your life for real performance results. The first is feedback. Ask for feedback from people that know you well, friends and family. Ask for feedback on a behavior that you're trying to change. The second is then reflect on that feedback. As a rule, when getting feedback that you've asked for, there's only one appropriate response, even if it feels painful to receive it, and that is thank you. Simply say thank you. The gift of feedback gives you the information you need to change. So with the feedback, use a journal to write it down. Look for patterns. Start becoming an observer of your own behavior. The third step is to experience different people and different situations. Broaden your horizons in order to start applying these tools more widely. A fourth tip is to practice mindfulness. If you can learn to slow down and observe your behavior, you then gain the power to pause before acting. I encourage you to use our mindfulness module within the Me2 course to learn this skill. And the final tip, the most important of all, is to form a vision of your future self. Write it down, draw it. Keep a vision of who you want to be and who you're becoming clear in your mind and in your life. And remember that in any situation, you can choose to go towards your future self or you can choose to go away from it. Long-term reward versus short-term sacrifice. The power to choose rests with you. You have the power to ensure that your potential and ability shows up as performance.